What's up, what's going on, legends? Welcome back to the channel. In today's How to Unlock video, we're going to be covering the MG82 Cold War LMG for those of you that are free to play in Warzone. Now, I did cover this weapon in the past, however, we were on a completely different map. Tons of new players join all the time, and overall, there could still be people struggling to unlock this, so I want to put out an updated version. You guys can expect me to cover some tips and tricks to make it a bit easier. We will go over the challenge, you know exactly what to do to unlock it, and I will share with you guys a recommended loadout to best set you up for success. If you guys do enjoy this content at any time or find this video helpful in any way, make sure you show your support for the channel by going down below and smashing that like button. Let's go ahead and throw an easy goal of 50 likes on today's video, as well as if you guys like to find your way back to the channel for more Call of Duty content, make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button alongside that notification bell so we don't miss you in future videos. Alright, in order to unlock this first, you're going to need to know what that challenge is. If you go to where you edit your loadout, go to the LMG category, scroll down to the MG82. Your challenge should be read as follows. Using LMGs, kill 3 enemies without reloading in 15 different matches. Now, in order to make things a little bit more clear, the best way to explain this is that you will need to go on a 3 kill streak in the same life without actually reloading your weapon in order to get the progress towards your challenge. I know it's a little bit confusing the way it's actually worded, but if you manage to be eliminated before being able to pull it off, it will reset your progress. Let's go ahead and talk about what game mode I recommend for you guys to play. If there is a limited time mode that you prefer, whether it's called Day or Clash or something else, you're more than welcome to dive into that, but we're going to go towards something a little bit more consistent, which is going to be Plunder. The great thing about Plunder as well is people of all skill levels have more opportunities to actually get progress towards their challenge, being that the matches can last from 10 to 20 minutes, and in even some cases they'll even last longer. Now, when you're flying into the Caldera map, thanks to the Season 4 update, you're absolutely going to want to land at Storage Town, as this is easily going to be the most populated place on the map throughout the entire match. And if you're looking for a solid secondary option for a place to land, you could also go to the airfield as well. Besides the fact you have to get a 3 kill streak or better, I think the real difficulty here is that you are using an LMG, which can be quite a bit slower, so you're going to need to be a lot more strategic. The great news is, because you are using an LMG, you're going to have a ton of bullets to work with, so even if you're fairly inaccurate, it's not going to overall harm your possibilities of actually getting this completed. The other good part about it as well is that you're going to be able to keep your distance. For this, I recommend going towards the outskirts on the little hillside of the storage town, as you'll be able to see the opponents flying in. Maybe you'll be able to plan third party, or overall you can just choose your engagements wisely, because that's going to be really important trying to get 3 kills in the same life. If you are one of those people that struggles to get multiple kills in the same life, I highly recommend you guys take the camping strategy. Once you get your first elimination, pick a corner, go inside of one of the little garages, camp until somebody goes by, or until you can put yourself in a place where you definitely have the advantage. That way you're going to be able to take out multiple people. And obviously, once you get that second elimination, you're really going to want to choose that third one extremely wisely, because obviously you're not going to want to get eliminated at that point and lose all of that progress. Now, something that's going to make this a lot easier, but it's going to kind of depend on the accuracy you have, is going to be shooting players coming in from the sky. When you are at Storage Town, there's going to be tons of players respawning, trying to fly in. Sometimes people try to fly and land on top of you. You have great advantage as they aren't able to really shoot at you, and you can kind of shoot them out of the sky on their way in, which will obviously make the eliminations significantly easier, being that the gunfight is kind of one-sided. This is definitely going to be the best route to go with, especially if you've already got 1 or 2 eliminations with the people on the ground. More than likely they're going to respawn and try to come after you, so you'll have a good opportunity to take them out again. Just keep in mind, you are using an LMG, the sprint to fire time is fairly slow, your overall movement is fairly slow, so you don't want to be running around sprinting like crazy, because it's going to put you in a bad position and more than likely that you'll get eliminated. A couple things that I like to use that make challenges like this significantly easier is going to be 1, high alert perk. This is going to obviously allow you to know when someone is looking at you, and that way you're going to have a better idea of what direction they're coming from, which also could put you in the position to be able to beam them before they actually get a chance to take you out, or at least reposition yourself so that you are no longer in their line of sight. And the second thing that I like to run is going to be dead silence. This obviously gives you silent footsteps, allowing you to sneak up on opponents, which gives you a much better opportunity to eliminate them, because more than likely they're not going to know what direction that you're coming from or that you're showing up at all. And if you guys are feeling extremely lucky, you guys can take the strat where at the beginning of the match you go to the end of the flight path and you follow the AFK players down to the ground, and in hopes that you might actually see 3 people or so that you can actually get the easy elimination on, and that would obviously give you the progress pretty fast. However, if there isn't enough players there, or you only get 1 or 2 eliminations, you are going to risk wasting a ton of time trying to get back to Storage Town, or overall just being eliminated and it being a waste of time completely. Now, we've covered some tips and tricks to make this a bit easier. I've gone over the challenge with you guys so you know exactly what to do to unlock this. Let's go ahead and dive into our recommended loadout, which today is going to be with the Black Ops LMG, the RPD. Alrighty, so for our attachments, we have as follows. For the muzzle, we're using that Grew suppressor. For the barrel, I'm using the 20.3-inch Task Force. For the rear grip, I'm running that Serpent Wrap. For the magazine, the Spetsnaz 150 round. And then last but not least, for our underbarrel, we have the Spetsnaz grip. All right, a couple more things I want to address before we wrap things up here. The reason I'm recommending to you guys a Cold War LMG is because that's what we're trying to unlock. If you use one of the weapons, whether it's from Modern Warfare or Vanguard, has a good potential that the tracking will not go through properly, and you will overall not get progress towards your challenge, which would lead to you having to play more matches than is being asked. And the last thing I want to touch on is whether or not you can leave the match once you've gotten the progress towards your challenge. So once you are confident you got the 3 eliminations in the same magazine, you can then go to where you edit your loadout in game, go to the LMG, scroll down to the MG82. It looks like the progress is tracked properly. You can then leave the match that you're in, diving into your next one, overall decreasing the amount of time this should take you. Now, if you are confident you got the 3 eliminations in the same mag and you go to check the progress and it doesn't seem to have tracked properly, then I highly recommend you stay through to the end of the match in order to increase your odds of it counting. So that way, if it does, you won't have to play more matches than is being asked. All right, we've covered some tips and tricks to make this a bit easier. We've gone over the challenge, you know exactly what to do to unlock it, and I've even shared with you guys a recommended loadout to best set you up for success. So I think that's going to wrap things up for us here. Thank you guys for all the support in today's video, all the support on the channel, and I look forward to seeing y'all in the next one. Peace.